Hey everybody, it's Missy Wolf, and we're back at CRS50 with Travis Rice on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
How are
hello.
you?
I'm wonderful.
Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day
Thank
to you.
you for
Thanks for
being-
having me. Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you for being one of my many Valentines today.
I saw you yesterday and thought those were my flowers, and now
Right.
they're just a centerpiece.
Well, you know, I've tried to offer them to people, and nobody's taken them yet.
I'll take them as I leave.
Right, there you
Yeah.
go. I mean, you could take one or two, a whole thing, it's all good.
And they're real, it looks like.
They are real. I
Yeah.
was like, I made Tommy, our camera guy, my husband, I made him take me to the store before we got here yesterday to buy a big bouquet. I was like, I need something for my table.
Well,
So.
you have the vibiest interview I have been in today by far.
Well, thank you. I think we need to add some color to life.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about your music. What do you got going on, man?
Well, we're as a lot of people know, we're coming off a number one, 8-week number one, so that's pretty exciting, and we're just gearing up to try to do it again. Mostly, we've got a new song coming out this spring, and just trying to get it to the people, trying to get out there and connect and just do what I do. Trying to touch people. That's what I want to do.
You connect to people really, really, really well.
Thank you. That's sweet. That's
pretty easy to talk to you.
Well, I've heard I'm approachable as the word of the day. So I feel like I'm approaching like dad zone as being approachable stuff. But no, actually, it's very flattering. I mean, because to me, that's my favorite part about this gig is the sitting down and talking to people. The music's great, the singing's great, all the rush and excitement, but really it's just an avenue to be able to meet the people for me. And so the fact that approachable falls into that and easy to talk to, I'll take that all day long.
Absolutely. Now, have you been performing at all this week since you're here at CRS?
No, I'm just here hanging out and being a fan. That's one thing I love. I get to do some interviews, but mostly I just get to be a fan and just go to all the luncheons and the shows, and I'm going to the acoustic songwriter thing tonight, and I'm here, watching all my heroes and seeing how they do it, and just trying to, I get to be closer to them than I normally would, and so it's I guess this is my 5th year being here. It's my 3rd year as an artist, but it's just that. It's just a party, and it's just that intimate. Like Garth's acoustic thing last night.
I know, and I missed it.
Oh
I am so mad.
Well, I won't bring it up then.
I know. Somebody earlier brought it up, and I was like, wait, what? What did I miss? How come I miss that? She's like, don't worry. It was awful, right? You didn't miss anything.
Terrible.
And I was like, okay, it's Garth. I know it wasn't
not
awful.
Intimate at all.
Don't even try to make me feel better.
You just felt like a number in the crowd. It wasn't good at all.
Right.
But it was pretty neat, and from being a huge Garth fan, like so many people, it's stuff you don't get anywhere else. So, good plug for CRS. If you're looking for a good party with a lot of intimacy with artists, CRS is the place to be.
It really is. And honestly, I mean, everybody's walking around and they're so quick to give anyone else advice when they ask.
Yeah.
And it's been so much fun to watch. And I mean, everyone has just been so friendly and so eager to talk. And
you hear it time and time again, and I think it's true, that you wouldn't have this kind of thing in any other genre than country, because country artists are so accessible. If it was pop or hip hop or something, there'd be bodyguards everywhere. But here, you're riding the elevator with the artists, and you're eating lunch with them, and it's a really unique, exciting experience. And I guess that's why I've never gotten tired of it. I've just tried to get more and more involved each year.
Exactly. So, do you have a favorite part of it? This week so far, has there been a standout moment for you?
Well, it's probably coming up. Well, the Garth thing last night was pretty awesome, but
a little bit intimate. I know, at the Bridgestone, I missed it.
It's hard to be intimate in an arena. It's hard to even picture that, but it was actually really neat. But no, the acoustic alley tonight, the Bob Kingsley, with all the songwriters. As a songwriter and just a fan of music, that's something you really never get to see. Is these hit songwriters stripping it down back to the way, making it folksy or however they wrote it before all the production, before all the artists, the artists and labels put their stamp on it, and just seeing that raw performance and the stories of where the song came from and where they were, and where they were mentally when they wrote it and all this. It's just, like I said, something you can't find. You can't just YouTube that.
Absolutely.
You can YouTube Garth Brooks, but you can't YouTube Bob Kingsley's Acoustic Alley.
Exactly, you can. And honestly, I mean, I just love all the songwriters and everything that they do. And I remember listening to Christian Bush, and it was downtown in Nashville during some big hockey thing that we had a couple years ago. And I remember him talking about, like, do you want to hear how this song, that Sugar Land had done? I forget what song it was. I think it was like
Baby
Stick
Girl.
Like it was
because he wrote it more as a ballad, right?
Yeah, and he was like, you want to hear how this song was supposed to go?
Right.
And I was like, wow, that was awesome. And so I think it's really great because fans don't get to see that. They don't.
I mean, that's the moment of the week where I always feel a little special. Like, like it's just for us, and plus it's just, gosh, again, as a songwriter, it's so humbling to think, you work and you work and you work and you think, hey, I'm getting pretty good at this, and then you go listen to Shane McAnally and you're like, nope, all right, back to the drawing board.
Right. So I have a question about your song and being number 1 for 8 weeks. What did you do to celebrate?
Well, we didn't really have one. We didn't have like a number 1 party or anything. I kept kind of meaning to, but it just never happened. We just, we kept pushing, and it just got me more excited about getting back in the studio and doing it again, because I had to set on that song for a year before we got to release it.
Oh my gosh!
Not knowing that it was going to be huge, but knowing that I loved it and that I wanted to have it out, and so basically what I was doing the whole time was thinking, okay, we got to keep this ball rolling. We've got to get something out soon. We can't have this huge gap in between, and just for my own benefit, because I was about to burst. And celebrating. I probably ate a fefew more steak dinners those weeks than I normally would. Might have drank a few more drinks than on a Tuesday night than I normally would have. But I just my life has been so blessed for the last several years that it's hard to even pick out one thing or another anymore. Right. It's just kind of it's been such a great ride, and I've said for years that every year just keeps getting better, and so it's like a celebration in itself,
Absolutely.
And that probably sounds super cheesy, but
but
it really has just been, it's dreams coming true, and it's things happening that I've worked for and wanted, and the team around me's worked for and wanted, and so as long as that keeps going, that's enough celebration for me. I guess I'll celebrate once I plateau and realize, okay, well, I need to take a moment, but right now I'm just trying to keep my head down, keep working,
keep on going, keep on trucking. So do you have any other immediate goals, like for 2019? Do you have a goal for 2019?
Well, I kind of spilled the beans on this in an earlier interview. I had never really said it out loud to anybody other than my people that the Grand Ole Opry is a huge goal for me this year, and it's something that we've talked about in the past, but I never really pushed for it because I guess I didn't feel like I was to that point. I was ready, and now, honestly, I guess this is partly me saying it out loud so that I have to commit, because I feel like I'm ready now, and I feel like our team's ready. And it's something that would obviously be worth celebrating. But that's a huge one for me this year. Every year I try to set something that seems close to out of reach, and then we'll have a lot of smaller goals in between, but that's kind of the whole everything's going to just kind of center around that, and other than that, just keep having something to say, and keep saying it the way I want to say it. We've been fortunate that the songs have always came right when they needed to. Always Have Mexico, I finished it the night before we went in the studio to record, and we had 3 other songs. We had 3 songs on the deck, and finally I got it done and played it for the producer, and it jumped right at the top of the list. So it just that's always been kind of my way of doing things, is jump in and then figure it out. I've heard successful business people say, if somebody asks you if you know how to do something, you say yes, then figure out how to do it.
Exactly.
And we kind of do the same thing. If an opportunity comes along, or if there's something I want to do, I've always just kind of thrown myself in it, and then figured out how to swim out of it on the way. And and like I said, I've been very fortunate that songs have always come right at the right moment. Finished them right at the last second. And so I'm sure hopefully this year won't leave me hanging, and we can I just keep living, and I just keep writing, and as long as people will listen and can relate to it, then that's a pretty big goal achievement in itself.
Well, I think it's fantastic. I think the Opry would be lucky to have you
thank
performing
you. That's
there.
sweet.
And honestly, it's completely achievable. And I've been telling people that ever since I feel like ever since Chris Jansen was like brought in and inducted in there, I think that it's really made goals realistic for people. Like they realize that they can do it too. Being younger artists, it's not just about the really well-known seasoned country artists. I mean, if Chris Jansen can do it, I remember talking to him right after it was, by
really?
and it was just, he hadn't been there yet, and then watching him succeed and grow so fast is just so amazing.
And so deserved. I've not met him, but I've watched him several times, and he's genuine as he can be, and he's just like so many of us, he's just living his dream, and he's trying to soak it up along the way, because it starts going so fast that it's easy to get caught up in the business side of things, and it's really nice to see somebody like Chris that just stays so centered on what it's really about and the music and the enjoyment of it and bringing it to the people. And so we all learn a lot from people like that, me included, and I try to always keep that at the very center of what we're doing, and some days are better than others.
Absolutely, I agree.
But I've been fortunate to be able to really always enjoy what I'm doing.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, where can fans find you?
Everything's Travis Rice Music, all the handles. Whether from all the social media. We tried to. Because
you were within the character limit.
Yes. The hardest part was getting people to understand me saying my last name for the first few years, because I have quite the twang apparently on Rice.
Okay,
and,
all right.
I have worked on it, and since people have started understanding me. But the first couple of years it was always, was that Rass or Price or all these other Rick? And I'm like, no. And so I had to study how to say my last name, learn that all over again.
Oh my gosh, that is the funniest thing ever.
And apparently in East Tennessee, we like to say our I's a little like A's.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. It's Travis Wright Music Travis Rice.
Oh, see?
I freaking did it.
Look.
Oh, my God.
I had a good run. Run going.
All right, guys. Listen to him. Follow him on social media. Check out his website. You will not be sorry. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into our coverage of CRS50. Special thanks to the Cosmo Cowgirl for the fun wardrobe she provided. For more clothes, you can find them at facebook.com/the Cosmo Cowgirl. You are going to love them. Be sure to check out facebook.com/Center Stage Mag every Monday at 4 p.m. Central for Center Stage Live at the 615 Hideaway, where we bring you live music and fun interviews. For more artist coverage, please check us out at centerstagemag.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media at the following links.